The first thing you want to do is take off or remove the buttons. Then I mark with chalk where to shorten the sleeve to. And you want to do this on both sides of the sleeve. And the next thing I'm doing is taking my clippers and removing the sleeve lining. And then I'm removing the stitches for the straight edge, and then I will do the mitered edge. And now I'm removing the mitered edge or stitches. And now I'm actually cutting off the extra fabric. I measured 1.5 inches from the fold to give myself enough of the new sleeve length to fold under. So that's 1.5 inches from where it needs to turn. And I'm doing the other sleeve, just cutting off the additional fabric that's not needed. And now I'm marking the new line for the new miter for the new sleeve length. And you want to mark this on both sides of the fabric because you'll need to match those up when you actually stitch the new miter. So I just fold the fabric up and mark the other edge. And of course you want to do this on both sleeves. And I had to add some new fusible interfacing to the new sleeve length. And I'm just fusing that onto the new length. Of course with an iron, and I have my iron setting on synthetic. Okay, so now I am stitching the new miter, and I use something sharp to help me turn that and get the corner precise. So you simply fold right sides together at the point where the miter meets the new sleeve length. Just fold that over and stitch it. And don't forget your your back stitching to hold it secure. And you do not have to trim off that extra fabric under there. It'll fold in nicely. And then I took a sharp, a wooden, this is an arrow, but I didn't have a pressing board for it. So I took something sharp to help me press that new miter fabric underneath. You can see how I flattened that seam out, and then turn it, and then you can press it as well. You want it to be a nice, sharp, nice looking edge. Now I'm shortening the lining. To not have too much fabric under there. And then you want to I'm stitching the middle seam to the seam, so that not only on the edges of the sleeve, but also in the middle of the sleeve or the back of the sleeve. It will just help hold that up for you. And you just stitch. I'm not actually stitching on the outside of the jacket, but I'm stitching seam to seam just to help hold that in place. It's just stitched to the seam, just a few stitches there. And you cannot see it from the right side. Now I'm stitching the straight edge right sides together and just do a 1/4 inch stitch to put that back together. And then turn it. And here I am stitching the sleeve back together. And I'm going to do a basting stitch all the way around. And this will just hold it in place as I reattach the lining. And I turned the lining under by a 1/2 inch, and I am just holding it in place with pins. And I just take a needle and thread and sew this in place. And if you'll notice, I call this, I don't know what it's officially called, but I call this my hem stitch. So I'll do 1 stitch, and then the next stitch I do 2 stitches to hold it in place better. It just helps it not, in case it's pulled, it helps it stay in place. So I do this all the way around. So I'll do 1 stitch and then 2 stitches right on top of each other. And of course this cannot be seen from the right side. And then that is it. I reattach my buttons. And then I am finished with shortening these sleeves on this men's dress jacket. I hope you found this helpful.